And good evening. My name is DiCarlo Sweeting, and my co-host for the day is
George Messick.
Mr. Messick. How are things, man? How are you today?
Wonderful. Wonderful.
How's the family?
Mayday.
Everybody good?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Everyone is good. Daughter had a birthday today, turned 10 today, double digits. So
Oh, wow. Boy, she getting there.
boy, yep. Yeah. Yeah, and talk to her now. Tell me she's a preteen. I say, hold on, you just turned
Uh-oh.
10.
Uh-oh. She's a preteen. Oh,
Yeah.
my.
They always ahead. What the people, your parents just tell you, boy, don't rush to get old. Don't
Boy,
become an adult.
this out here, this road out here, boy, this ain't easy, son.
This adult and hard.
Boy, this ain't plenty people wish they could go back to mommy and daddy.
Uh-huh. But hey,
Easy.
just like us, they have to learn the hard way. No one believe you if you tell them so.
They always think you're taking something from them. Oh, they all don't want me to have this.
Yep.
Okay, okay. They didn't want you to have
Hey,
it. All right, all right.
and the thing is, you can't. Ain't like you could quit, and turn back, and say, okay, yeah, let me go back to being a child.
Well, you could,
Boy,
but that's the worst time of being a child right there. I think you won't be one there. Not that kind of child. Good
yeah,
Lord.
boy.
Oh boy. Anyway, let's find out what's going on in the news. On in the news, and I like to start the show off, George, with good news. This is good news. The Bahamas government, led by Mr. Philip Brave Davis, has announced that they will be doing a heads of agreement signing for the
Mm-hmm.
sale, believe it or not, the Grand Lucayan and Grand Bahama. Woo! Man, finally.
Boy, boy.
Now, I'm serious with this. I want you to don't get too excited. Don't. I, I lie. I had a song before. I didn't read this book. I know how it ends. I'm hoping this part two.
You saw plenty signing.
I'm hoping there's a different ending. I want them to give me something that I never seen before. I'm hoping that's what this is. But
Yeah.
what need I'm say? Same book, same script, different cast. Sometimes it's the same
Boy,
cast. But
same gas. Yeah.
I can preempt my feelings. I don't want my feelings to preempt what you thinking. What do you think about this announcement that they're gonna do? They one thing with them, I love the PLP. They that's when they do something, they do big. They got a
Too
grand
big.
signing on the 15th in front of the Grand Lucayan. They got everybody to come along, put on your finest outfit. We having a party because we signing this sale agreement. So be there or be square. What you think, George?
Remind me who was buying.
The what the people name now? The Wilshire Concord Wilshire. There's a company based in the states. They have some hotels them in the states, but this is their first big venture out of the states into the
Mm.
Caribbean. So they trying to build their mark with, I guess, with the Grand Lucayan. So this we got a rookie here dealing with us. So and I ain't saying they're legit, but when I hear about these names I ain't never hear about before, I know how my people go. I know how
Yeah.
that work.
You just shot me down now. You said the Marriott or the Ritz.
No, no, no,
Uh,
no, 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 no. We gotta go with no Nemas. We doing this the way we like to do this.
okay.
I know
All
where you
right.
get that from.
So you just set me up to put me down, right?
No, 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 man. This good news, George.
You might as well tell me the Carlos Whedon and the boys was going by that. Okay, now I'm gonna go back even keel. I thought this was some big established, but hey, um, yeah, I wouldn't bring out the cowbells and anything yet, but it seems like there's, the PLP. This is an election year too. That's the next thing. All this timing got me a little messed up, right? Because we know how politically how the politicians are when they getting ready. These prime ministers before they call
Mhm.
election, you gotta have something good to tell the people
Oh
before
yeah.
you ring. And I think they got Grand Bahamians as happy as we ever been in a while. They got the pump prime right now, right? So we have some real things that actually look like it materializing. So hey, let's throw some more sugar on this. Call it election. Let's see if we can sweep Grand Bahama. So I don't know. I'm a little bit reserved because, like you said, our Lakaya, Grand Lakaya, whatever name, been sold plenty times over that casino, and we had signing, I think, with the airport. We had big airport deal before. I don't see nothing happening there, so I I am reserved because I know it is election season. I know that this is the time when roads and stuff start to get paved. All everything get nice and sweet. we do some groundbreakings, show some parties, get you all punch drunk, and then boom, let's baroque the house and announce election and ride back in for another 5 years. Right? So I don't mean to be Debbie Downer or Mr. Pessimistic, but I will reserve, wait and see until I see some money being spend it, till I hear some more concrete plans on what this is going to be. Because again, I think Grand Bahama, yeah, I also don't want them to just throw anything at you because you're desperate now. So anything, this have to be a really good plan for Grand Bahama to get me excited because we just opening up a couple rooms, we trying to do something on a low budget or see how it go type thing, as opposed to see when they put Bahama. Yeah, Bahama had its hiccups and had its fights and courts and all that with Sarkis and all that. But when they put Bahama there, Bahama is something you could be proud of. You could look at that, boy, it's a hell of a property, right? And they've been getting people and they've been building. So we want to see something in Grand Bahama that's not just okay. Y'all ain't had nothing in a while, so anything, y'all shut up, take it. I hope it's not that type of situation. I hope after all this wait, we want something done amazing. We don't want nobody balling on a budget. We want some people with some money, some big plans, because that's what Grand Bahama really needs. It needs some serious innovation. Don't really like to hear people talking too much now about the Magic City and what it was, but still, you need to remind some people again when you're desperate and you look pop down, you have to remind some people that you used to good stuff. So I don't want you thinking you can come and give me anything and we're gonna be happy. No, we still it's been a long time, but we expect some excellence, and I
The
think that's what we want to see.
the thing is, this HOA, this heads of agreement that they can sign, it has to include the airport because I can't see no company coming in
Right?
wanting to buy a hotel when you can't get people in the place.
You don't know how you're gonna get LFs. Yeah.
Now, I did see on one of the news stations that they were trying. The government sell it for 150. Remember now, previous government bought it from Hutchison Whampoa for 100 million. The PLP will sell it for 150 million. Now, that's a little ambitious, but if they include the airport in it,
What do
I
you
don't
mean if they
know.
include the airport in it? What do you mean by that? Because you can't just sell the airport. The airport is a very particular, unique thing, So when you're talking about selling the airport or who's gonna run, they usually only a group of companies, a handful of them in the world probably who do airports and do them well. So you can't just sell the airports. Say, hey, we got to flip.
You
Buy
can't.
one get one free.
You
I know
can't.
they only pay $1 for it.
We had our airport from Hutchison Whampoa. They got the harbor and the airport.
Boy,
They was
boy,
doing what they want to do with it, and before then, the port authority was responsible for it. So you had all kind of private companies owning our airport. Now the government own it now, but like any other thing, they want to own it. They like to manage it. How one managing company like how they got with Linden Finland, but they want to do that, and I don't know if I want them to do it because that's the 50-50 thing. Because I'm sorry, but you should be in charge of your own airports. You can't have a private company, especially the bad luck with Grand Bahamas coming. These companies just come and just go. They just pick up and leave. You don't want no company that's picking up and leave and your airport sitting up there. You don't know how to run it. You don't know how to do A, B, C, or D. So my best bet with them is if you can find someone to renovate it, to fix it up, and you run it, then that's fine. But it ain't gonna work. I buy no hotel if y'all ain't get the airport and street. No, I need ways for my people them to come in here. That ain't gonna work. If you notice, I don't know if you heard the news, and I guess we can talk about this later. Royal Caribbean buys Xanadu. I
Right.
understand why these cruise lines do what they do. They buy these little keys out here and there. They done got they people coming in. They done got the transportation. They done got the people. They got that lock. They got that whole thing locked down. If these people, Concord, Wilshire, come in, buy this hotel now, how I know who coming and who ain't coming? This place being a little destitute for a little while now. You all ain't got no thing on. You just wonder why everybody's want to run to Nassau, but Nassau got the people coming in. What y'all got going on here for me to buy this hotel, turn this into something, and I know what they can turn it into, but I hope it's something big. I know how big
Yeah.
it could be, but I hope their vision is good. The PLP pick them, so they must say, hey, they got a good vision. Therefore, I need my airport. And not a little airport, but y'all got going there, you ain't cut it. So
No.
I waiting to see the devil in the details, like they say. And
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
that's, that's basically it. If you can get that details them straight, that 150 y'all asking for, I might turn that into 90 million or 100 million and say, okay, y'all got well two for this price and fix both of them up. Because
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
I'm sitting up here
Like you
doing
said,
nothing ain't gonna work.
it has to be like you said. The airlift has to go with a hotel of that size because, like you said, the cruise ship passengers don't overnight generally, right? So they don't get nothing over them. Their ship is their hotel,
Yep,
and we don't have enough island people. People now looking from the family islands and stuff, probably looking for cheaper Airbnb options. You want to put them hotels with big prices, big events. So you really need to be able to be hitting that Florida market and the East Coast market
yep,
hard. And the next thing is, you know, I don't want to call his name that early in here in, in this podcast, but tourism generally seem to be down slower than usual right now because of all the tariffs and stuff certain people doing.
yep,
It isn't the best timing, but like I said, maybe with Grand Bahama, ain't no bad time for some good news.
yep. Because we need it. I can take it for what it is right now. George, we need it. I'm sorry, we just need it. We I don't like to sound like I desperate or I jonesing, but boy, how much bad things can happen to a place, man? Come on, man. Give me a break, man. Come on. Throw me a bone, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Give me something. How about that? Give us something.
Sun
Bye.
even shine on the dogs behind.
Yeah, man.
So
A broke clock is what is right twice a day. But anyway, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
And we're back. George, I know you. Let me say, I know. You watching the NBA playoffs?
NBA, I thought it over. I
No,
thought
man, no, man. Just getting hot, man. We coming up with
yeah,
some new players in the game now, man.
I thought when they cheat the Lakers,
When they what?
They
What they do?
I know they canceled the season, man. Oh, my bad, my bad.
Cheat the
Um,
Lakers. Lord of mercy.
I don't know what's going on in the I don't know what's going on in the NBA. You might say it's good, but boy, the NBA, I don't know if it's good. The only good thing with the NBA right now is, boy, we have a New York Knicks fan base. I, I think if there's one good takeaway at the moment, it's the fact that the New York Knicks, New York, is prominent. Yet look like they're getting set to go to conference finals, maybe a finals, because again, anything is possible now. Because like, who's the competition? You couldn't see it,
Exactly.
but how this year shaping up, this is 81 title right now, and I think it's gonna be a surprise, or we're gonna have a new champion. It's looking like it. But yeah, the NBA I haven't been following closely because, like I said, and some of the series that I thought would be good have started to turn disappointing. So, for instance, Cleveland and Indiana, right? Uh, man, I didn't see Cleveland getting pushed around, manhandled by the Pacers, right? Boston and New York again. Even though you see, New York coming up, and even if they won this series, it's not now. It doesn't even look like it will be a competitive series now. Tatum went down with his Achilles, and so he's gone. So you have to look for the Knicks to finish them off the next game, unless some miracle. So you'll have that's what, 4 games to one. So that that will turn out to be a non-series when the Celtics not only should have won, but at least made it competitive with the amount of talent that they have on that team. So that's disappointing. I don't know what's going on the West yet either. Golden State looked like they were gonna give, particularly for Bahamians. Y'all y'all got Buddy Hield on the team and everything, but now it looked like with Steph Curry going out now, Minnesota smelled blood there. So what started as a really good series again now has become a bit of a letdown. So I think it's been good, but some of the series that were shaping up, I think there's a bit of a disappointment now because either these injuries have crept in, or that's like Cleveland, for instance. They just look like they just haven't risen to the moment. Indiana, they just have they just have confidence. I think they could beat them.
So what how you feel about Denver and OKC?
Uh, Denver and OKC. I don't like OKC. I don't like Denver.
What Denver do you?
I don't like them from they beat the Lakers that year, and
Oh
the
man.
coach the coach
Let it
then was
go,
thinking,
George. Let it
yeah,
go.
Jokic, yeah, Jokic don't need no more accolades and what. I'm hating a bit, right?
No,
But
no, not a bit. Not a bit. A lot.
I would like to see OKC win that series. I think that Shea is coming into his own. As a matter of fact, I would love to see Shea and Ant now. This shaping up to be a Shea and Ant, because Ant got the biggest mouth, right? But I think Shea is a better talent. I think he's more consistent. I think he's quieter. I don't think he's as flashier, but if I had to put money on consistency and go get me a bucket, I think I would rate Shea over Ant in this so far. So they have something to prove, because I think they have to know right now in terms of trying to take over the NBA, especially with Tatum going down. Right, he look like that's Achilles. You don't know what version of him even coming back. So now this title wide open, and I think who could get past this, especially if they win a title this year, they could put they could put some separation between themselves. It would be good if we could have that real head-to-head trading basket. Okay, let's see what you got. Pit them two against each other. I think that would be a good series if it turns out to be that. Um, I think the teams are pretty evenly matched, although OKC has been more consistent all year round. So should be the better team. But Minnesota, again, if they get past, if they get to that far, I think their confidence is really rising now. We saw them last year crash out when they were playing really good. So again, maybe the playoffs inspire them because they weren't that great this year. I don't think, but I think that could shape up to be a good series. I like that. Even the Pacers now, because the thing with no, no, what I'm saying is nobody. If you tell me I was going to be watching the Pacers and the Knicks in the conference finals, I don't even watch that. But now, yeah, and if you watch how they've been playing and winning some of those games, they've been playing like good teams, right?
Hmm.
so so they obviously have the talent. They have these fellas there who are so. I think it might be good for the NBA because it might be good for the NBA to get that kind of changing of the guards. Definitely to see the Knicks back that far in the playoffs, and the Knicks been disappointing. The only thing more disappointing than the Knicks have been the Clippers, I think. And
Why everybody so hot about, like Toss my friend to say, the New York Knickerbockers? What's so hot? What so? I know New York is a big market. I know, and they've been dormant for a while, and everybody wants to see. I don't even know where these Knicks fans come from, other than New York.
It's Madison Square Gardens. When you had the Forum, you had the Boston Gardens, and you had some of the biggest games. Whether it was the Knicks involved, the Knicks, Michael Jordan, like remember, even all the players like to say there's something special. New York is a special city in the
Yes,
U.S.
but
It is.
New York is a market within itself. Right now, to me, the team know how. Name three players on the New York Knicks.
I
Yeah, I
can do
thought
that
so. You
because
you
it's fresh. It's fresh, right? Bronson, Bridges, Towns, Ananobi, right? I got four, right?
and,
But
and no one knows.
John
Nobody
Wall,
knows the starting five. So
no,
therefore,
but that's the next thing. They will get to know because that boy
no,
Jalen Brunson
no.
Jalen Brunson is no
It's
no
all
no no
about
Brunson.
Jalen Bronson and Cat. That's all it can be, and they can leave it as
Yeah,
that. Now, the prestige of New York City, the whole backing of that big popular
economy. Yeah,
metropolitan,
yeah,
that's what it's all about, and
yes.
that's it. I don't care for it, but I know the NBA love it because that means more money. When New York start pumping, when New York and LA pumping, everything
Yeah.
is fine.
You know,
But
imagine. Yeah,
imagine
go on.
now, let's go to the West. And I'm glad you bring it up. SGA and Cat. And that Cat, Aunt Man.
Yeah,
Oh man. Now you looking at the future of the NBA.
yeah.
One quiet, one like to run up mode. Perfect.
But
Just how we like it. Just how we like it. And them going back and forth at it. You can imagine this now. We can have this now, George, for the next 5 years. The
yeah,
NBA
but
need this.
no, no, but them cities though, like
Yeah,
that's
yeah, 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 yeah.
them cities don't tell me the cities don't matter. Okay, see, like come on,
I, I, I did not. If you notice, I did not bring up the cities. I brought up SGA, and I
yeah, 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 but you can't separate them. So that's what
yes, I
I'm saying.
have to, George. Ain't
It's
nobody going to
competing.
Oklahoma City. I'm sorry. I can have to. Ain't nobody going Minnesota. I have to bring it up like this, George. It's
Oh
the only way
man,
to work.
yeah.
I got to keep it as
No,
Ant Man for SGA.
yeah, like I say, I can get with that, but like I say, if anything will hold them down, that's like when the Spurs was winning, dominating throughout. Yeah, Spurs was a dynasty. It wasn't a big deal when Golden State did it because they in California. Right, it was a big deal, right? They out there in Oakland. It's a big deal more so when Miami Heat was winning. Different from when the Cleveland Cavaliers win. Like this is
Yeah, yeah.
Miami, right?
Like the
So
fella say, who goes to Cleveland for vacation?
yeah. Depressing. So, but it's good because the talk has always been with those teams, even when Kevin Durant them left, and they said they can't attract no other talent, sufficient talent to these little small markets, but they have kind of grown organically,
Yep.
talent out of the drafts and good coaching and just trying to keep some core players together for a few years. And yeah, it's got it's shaping up to be a different NBA. And I think now more than ever with LeBron 41 this year, people forget Kevin Durant them and stuff.
Yeah,
All these, a lot of these dudes
yeah,
now ain't that far behind LeBron.
yeah.
They in the prime
Steph them
twilight.
37, turning 38. They
Yeah,
they up there.
yeah. They years in the NBA now. When you're best basketball, we like to think behind you, they in ahead. Like you know,
Right.
so a lot of them guys changing out. So these the young cats which will be around for the next 10 years. You know, you're gonna have some battles or whatever between them. So it's good for the NBA, and like I said, Father Time and everything else eventually catches up, and but every year we keep looking for it, but I think we're getting closer to that now. Even Steph, as dominant as Steph has been, and and whatnot, Steph getting older, probably not get as hungry. Draymond, or all of them, or everything around them are getting starting
Yep.
starting to
They
fade away. So
breaking down.
yeah,
Yep.
that window closing fast. So even these conversations now, they talk, oh, if Steph win another championship, if you don't win it soon, it don't make a difference, because if you win it now, it probably isn't you that win it. You just gonna be on a
Yep.
championship team, right?
And, and that's why I'm so glad to see SGA and Ant Man. We now see the transitioning happening, and
Mhm.
for a long time he's trying to figure out who will it be, because a lot of these, personality, man. Oh, come on, man. These fellas can't sell nothing, man.
Nope, nope,
They
nope.
horrible, man. You can't interview them. You can't get nothing out. I mean, and here, like, the NBA is so excited now to the point that they got exciting plays and all. Everybody doing the same thing. Everybody shooting 3 points. I can't watch that all day like that.
Anders beat up his mouth. SJ don't dog, but
Yeah, but the rivalry. See,
yeah,
NBA was all about rivalries. When you had Boston and LA and the Bad Boys and Chicago, you had rivalries and you wanted to see. You don't care. They're your team, but hey, I don't like the Bad Boys. I want them to lose. That's what made it so good with LeBron. When
yeah,
people started turning on LeBron, then they could have said, okay, ratings going up. I want to see LeBron lose. I don't want him win. I just want to see him lose. I don't care.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
once now you got A versus B and they hate one another, everybody can talk about it. Everybody wants to see it. But until that happen in the NBA, it's just a bunch of tall fellas shooting 3 pointers. And it ain't
Well,
make no sense.
well, like I said, what is sad is the Celtics was. We don't know how they gonna look right now, because, like I said, this boy, if he gone for a year, like they just came in as that team. Like you were looking for the Celtics. I think most people looking for the Celtics to two beat, and boy, this just showed them. The good thing is the East ain't that solid, right? Like
Yeah.
they got a couple players coming, but yeah, they almost like a non-fa. Now you have to look to the Knicks and the Pacers. They just got elevated, and Cleveland, although this might end up being a disappointing year for them, but they still have a solid tough core there. So uh that that's a big change in the landscape of the
Yeah.
East.
But believe it or not, the NBA needs the New York Knickerbockers to go to the finals. They need that for
Yeah.
ratings, for hype, for all type of things. Right now, they
Oh, yeah,
need.
they'll make money off of that, and
Yeah,
and then people want to go to New York for the game. All the
yeah,
stars, everybody already there.
yep.
That's where
That's
So
mhm. That's
that's
what it's gonna be all about. So
that's, that's
the
what we like to
NBA
see.
needs that. The West Coast needs SGA versus Ant Man. We need that. I can watch that. Whoever wins out of that versus New York, eh, eh, eh. I hope it's Ant Man. Like I say, I'm an Ant Man fan. I like
Right.
how he plays.
Are you
When he
disqualifying
plays,
the play? Are you disqualifying the Pacers?
who goes to Indiana for vacation, George? Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, no, I'm not talking about the vacation. I'm just saying from winning.
I'm
Are you giving them less of a chance to win it
no,
all?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the Knickerbockers would be best for the NBA if they
Yes,
go to the finals.
yes.
Since Reggie Miller left Indiana, there's been no face, no lively face, nobody. They ain't got no. At least Reggie Miller them had that character, that charisma about them that people wanted to watch and didn't mind, and they know they wasn't going to go win, but they were still fun to watch. But Indiana, Indiana, come on, man.
Hey, hey, I was them with Ron Artest and
Yeah, at least they
Steve
used to.
Clark.
Yeah, they used to keep it exciting. That's what I said. This
That was the
Indiana team,
last good. Yeah,
they
thing
just
was on.
mm-mm.
Thing was there too, right? Paul George. Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
So,
they. mm,
uh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, let's take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat,
And I'm your boy Mix.
and we're representing Off the Bench, the number one talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So
Yeah.
we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in to us every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m.
The number one talk show
in the world.
in the world.
The world, Craig.
And we back. You know, we can't have a show without talking about your boy, George.
Who's my boy?
Trump.
Oh Lord.
Trump going to Qatar and say, buddy, hey, y'all got one gift for me? I'll have it. I'll have it, buddy. The
Hmm.
Qatar kingdom. I didn't know they had kingdoms and all these things still going on, but I guess they do. Say they giving Trump a new Air Force One, state of the art, brand new. Trump say, man, ain't nothing wrong with that, man, because, hey, these Air Force One, they got 40 years old.
Four
Can't be
hundred
flying,
million.
can't be flying me around in no 40-year-old plane, man. No, man. What you think this is, Bahamas Air? No, sir. No, no, no. But the rest of the people telling them, the government telling them, say, hold on now, hold on. You don't know these people like this. Yeah, this is, and boy, Trump slick. Boy, we got some slick leaders around here, son. Trump say, okay, I'll accept the gift, but the last year of my reign as president, I can donate it to my foundation. What is it? The
Mm.
Donald Trump Library Foundation or something. He
Yeah,
can
yeah,
donate
yeah.
it to in January, just before he got to step down. So
Hmm.
that sounds like that's his plan. So
Yeah,
he
yeah, 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 yeah.
how and I'm so curious to see how is this gonna turn out. You really think they gonna allow Donald Trump to keep this as an Air Force One and then later on keep it for his own personal plane? What you say about this, George? What say ye?
Hey, um, y'all keep underestimating Donald Trump. Trump where he is right now, because people keep, he ain't can't come back. Oh my God, he ain't get rid of these. No man, no, Trump ain't around about all them people. No, no, he ain't put the Bahamas on the list. We ain't part of nobody, right? Trump, y'all keep sleeping on Trump. Trump don't care. This Trump revenge. So this is Trump. Yeah, that Trump bending every rule in the book to the point that the judges disagree. Judges getting locked up now. Trump, so, so unless these men, these good Republican men and women, and some of them, unless they really stand up, unless America stands up, because right now to me Americans are are basically suffering in silence. A lot of them, right? They know a lot of the stuff is garbage, the tariffs and stuff. This they've got to get better before it got to get bad before it get better. Foolishness. They need to look at this stuff. They need to reel Trump in and reel him in quickly because the more you give him this rope, it seems like the more trouble he's doing. So I hear one congressman say, "Well, first off, only Congress could approve this gift. Trump can't go there accept no gift." But the man already think like hell, like passing all these executive orders. They don't
That's
want
right.
saying that you're supposed to hide this pen long time. Because I don't even know what Congress there for no more because they ain't nothing going to no vote. Trump going on, call Elon and his boys in the back. Okay,
That's
this is what
right.
we going to do. We're going to shut this down. We're going to run these people. We're going to get this jet. He flying back on the jet.
That's right. I don't
Like
even know what
Trump
they're
over there,
talking about.
like yeah. And boy, so yeah, unless they really start to show that America is an America of laws again, and like you said, qualify the powers of the president, remind him that this is not a dictatorship. This ain't China, this ain't Cuba, this ain't none of them countries where you get to run around with Japan and do what you want. You need to come here. We need to have a vote on it. We need to talk about this $400 million gift, and like you said, for him to give back to, like, I mean, let a black man, let Obama do something like that. Bribery.
That's it. They lock him up.
So
They'll
some
send the
some
FBI for
things,
him.
yeah, yeah, it doesn't pass the smell test. You got to think it's tied to some corruption. Like you said, first off, is the American. So I getting it for me. I put in my name. I can lend it to y'all. Why, as long as I press.
Aye.
You know,
What?
the thing with Trump is you can't make this up. I like how he thinking though. Like Trump thinking like he's a dude. He's a Negro down in the Caribbean somewhere. Like he's like
Uh,
think
I thought only little island nations like us just do this type of foolishness. I never would think there's no, like you say, America is a country of rules and regulations and laws. You just
used to
can't
be.
pick up, and they created these laws, especially if anybody would act the fool like this.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
now all of a sudden, this fella just grab one pen and say, "Okay, this no, this executive thing now, this law." No,
yeah,
it,
yeah,
it,
yeah,
it
yeah.
don't go like that. But nobody say nothing.
Nope.
And Trump, he doesn't do as much as he could do and tell him stop.
Nope.
Y'all ain't can tell him stop. So yeah, I'll take that jet. Yeah, yeah. Anything else you got? Cause I can take that too. And this fella he ain't say no.
Yeah, yeah. That's Mr. Grab him by the thing. So, so Trump, Trump coming on. Why this dude coming on like a pure thug right now? Like yeah, we been have a meeting. Y'all better do something to make me feel good. Uh,
Oh
yeah,
boy,
you can't make this up though. It hasn't been a dull moment in the news since
not at
January
all.
20.
But tell me something. Like I can switch topic on you now. What you think about the new pope?
I don't have no thoughts about the new.
Oh my goodness.
I'm, I'm Baptist. Nothing to do with me. I mean, a lot of things. Like someone, man, this guy had a talk the other day, and he said, he wasn't, he believed in God and whatever, and, but he said, he get the Pope stuff, but these institutions, no one really look at the amount of money and power these like Catholic Church and them have, right? Like, there's been all those instances that in the past with abuse of young boys and all kind. Like, these institutions are so strong and so powerful, and I mean, at the top of it, they say God's name, right? You you have to wonder sometime. And again, we don't like to touch it because we Christians, right? We don't play with God. We ain't asking things too much, but all of the pomp and pageantry that goes into this, the Pope dying and whatever, and like you just wonder if some of these bodies do what they intended to do. Most of the popes seem to be fairly decent people when they tell you their resume and oh they never pass a cat without kissing him and so, but I mean sometimes you really wonder well, what I mean the church is supposed to be for salvation and saving souls at the end of the day.
Yep.
And if this person is this church is a beacon, we I think we need more God in this world, especially how things going. So to the extent that the Pope is a symbol of the church and Jesus, but I never like anybody or anything to get higher than the Creator themselves. Like, so I also think when they really need to use that platform. If you're selling religion, you're selling the church, you're selling Christ, to sell Christ more. I think there's a lot more that the church probably could be doing. I know that I say we ain't getting in politics and all this. Like Trump, Trump just came being there the other day. I think JD Vance was the last one. He walked in, saw the Pope die. I know what that was about. But 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 I think when these people come in contact with the Pope or these spiritual advisors, we want to be able to see the difference, the impact on people like Vance and them who run out with all this foolishness and who carrying out all these harsh policies. Because, like you say, a lot of them they do so much wickedness, but at the end of the day, hey, I'm a big Catholic. I'm a big like like it doesn't leave a good taste. I don't know if they're the best ambassadors for to recruit people because like hold on, like so I think the church have to be really clear, let people know more what they stand for and what they we all sin and fall short, but Trump Trump and me, I don't know if we're the same Christian, right? Like I know people say don't judge and whatnot, but come on. I mean, there has to be a lot of commonalities, more things in common than apart. And I think a lot of the policies, a lot of the harshness on immigration laws and even how how he talk and treat gay LGBTQ and whatnot. You cannot like a group and whatnot, but how Trump interact with some of the press, right? Like, come on, I don't need to like you, but come on, I got time to be like a child and arguing with you, and that's why your shoes got hole in it, your mouth, like, oh, I mean, at some point you have to rise above that, if only for the sanctity of your own office, and so I'm happy. Like, this is the Pope question we're talking about. So glad we have a new Pope. I don't know how old this one is, so I hope we're in back here in 2 years. Um,
My only problem with this Pope is he's American. I have a problem with that. I don't think Americans need any more anything more to be bragging and boasting about and to make them think that they can run the world even more. Now they think it's the second thing next to God now because they Pope is American and all of this now. I like you say it that type of worship eh, eh, it's just too
yeah,
much for me.
yeah. These things need to mean something. Like people really need to be able to go to these places for hope and the salvation and everything, and without interference. And I just like to see the church calling out foolishness. Like, I'm sorry, don't talk, but you don't get in politics or you don't get in this. If you in those position of power, speak your mind. If the Bible say it goes so, it goes so.
That's right.
Yeah, don't sugarcoat that. Don't so you can get no grant or nothing or
Yeah,
whatnot. Tell people the unadulterated word. Do better and stick with it. They can like it or lump it, but I want to hear you saying it and saying it loud and clear. That's what the Bible says. Forget what you say. You just repeat. You just a messenger,
that's
right?
right.
Don't change. Don't bite your tongue. Don't mince words. That's what it is. You're all wrong. Big man, you ask me. Since you call and ask me, that you're wrong, right? That's how Trump went on TV and dressed down Zelensky and what. That's what I want to see the Pope them doing. I want to see okay, yeah, we ain't getting involved with that. No.
Yeah, yeah.
You,
They won't pick their battles.
yeah, no. I'm sure you getting too much perks and whatever, John.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah,
When you see them saying them things, some
uh,
of them pocket getting fat, son.
yeah, that's how Trump ruthless and caring. And that's the one thing. If you could take anything about Trump, he he believe in something. He ain't shying from it. He going with his conviction. That's what I want to see the church do. This is what our word is, right? Like, and just stay true to that, and I think you'll be all right. Because the Bible shouldn't lead you wrong, but don't start all trying to make everyone be friends with everybody and trying to be, walk this line. Oh, because you become ineffective.
Yeah. Anyway, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
You asked and I delivered. Island Ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the two S's, we're back with Islanish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
For you this time. And don't believe that because people are fed up with the PLP that they're just going to vote for you.
The comments come just weeks after party leader Michael Pintard announced that former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis would be offered a senior advisory role within the party, but would not be renominated to run in 2026. But last week, Minnis openly defied that decision, declaring his intention to run again in the constituency of Killarney. Ingram, seemingly backing Pintard, issued a cautionary note, saying those who once led should offer wisdom, not sow division.
You have Tommy, you have Brett, you have Minnis, you have Hubert, Ingram, to get advice from time to time. But we'll steer your way.
He then reminded party members of a critical lesson from the 1987 election when the FNM had widespread support but failed to secure enough registered voters.
Electoral boundary, electoral voters on a list. We going house to house, all over, all kind of people, knocking to one another, but we're not registering any voters.
And in one final charge, Ingram made it clear now is not the time for fractures, but for unity and strategic mobilization.
Do your homework. It ain't a drop in your lap. We got to be of one accord to win and to govern on behalf of the people of the Bahamas.
Linton.
Okay. Today's question, George. Can the FNM win the next election? Ingram was just sitting down there talking to them, telling them, buddy, y'all got to get this together. I don't know what's going on, but this in-house fighting, this going on, y'all need to get it together. And I can start it off. I see it happening, George. I was glad to see that Pintard go with leadership. I was thinking that he could bring some new life, some new energy that the FNM needs, that the Bahamian people need to see. But he get drowned in all of this politics with Minnis and all this other thing. And the opposition wasn't really opposing. I don't see nothing happening because the PLP right now, especially I can say in Grandmama, if they smart, if I was Brave Davis today, Royal Caribbean just buy Xanadu. They can start work on that. Carnival going to open up in the next couple of weeks. They got 6 census can be open up on Fortune Bay if that comes to life. They got what the other place name? Drawing a blank now. They got the incubator that they going to go redo. They got the shipyard with their big expansion with bringing in jobs. And if they get the sale of the hotel and the airport under reconstruction, I can't see Grand Bahamians saying it bad that I won't vote PLP. Now, it ain't all good. It ain't all good. It ain't all good. But I can see the PLP losing some seats, but they got such a big majority. Losing all of them, something got to happen big time for this. And like I done list off all these things. You can imagine now, people working at Carnival, people working at Royal Caribbean, people working at Six Senses, people working at the airport. If all of these things working, they got one, well, they had $183 million roadway going from 8 Mile Rock to West End. They had to bring that back because that was dirtier than a baby's pamper. But if they can bring that back and say, okay, we can lower the price and we can pave the road from 8 Mile Rock to West End, brand new spanking roads, that's a lot of jobs right there. You can imagine you have all these people working. I know if it's me, I can start all these things in September with the slowest month. People working, you even ain't notice the slowest month because everybody working. You got construction jobs, you got all these things going on. Plus, after September and October, you got November and then December. They just take care of themselves. After Thanksgiving and Christmas, they take care of themselves. You got these jobs that come over now into January, because they got to stagnate these jobs. You can't let them go too fast. But to fix these things can take a year or so. But that's
Hmm.
fine. Because that year or so can lead right into the next election. And if you're working, like V. Alfred Gray said, BMS don't care. Once they working and making money, they ain't care what's going on. Things good.
Hmm. Hmm.
Government ain't gonna change. And the FNM has shown me nothing. Absolutely. The man ain't list a candidate yet. He say who ain't running. You tell me who ain't running. But he ain't tell me, Ben Dodd ain't tell me where he running. Cause I done hear some
Hmm.
talks he won't go down south in Lugaya
Yeah.
in central Grand Bahama, cause that's an easy seat. He won't go there. Cause Marco City might be a little rough with all these things going on. Cause Marco City always is free flip flopping. Marco
Yeah.
City never a lockdown thing up.
Hmm.
So you might want to go central for an easy seat to make sure he gets straight. But he ain't say nothing yet. No candidate's name yet. I hear they were saying Brave might do an early election. I know why, but
What you mean?
even
Why?
if so, you ain't ready. You ain't call nobody. You ain't tell nobody if they running. You ain't say where they running, how they running. The people don't know what is going on. You got to get ready, man. Like Ingram say on the thing, you got to start knocking on some doors. You got to tell people what's going on. Because when the PLP start hiring these people, school gang go close, they gang go start the job program, the 56 week, 52-week program.
Hmm.
They can start that. If the road work start, that's a bunch of job. RC Alexander start, that's a bunch of job. The incubator, they got to rebuild, they buy that hotel, I don't think that's a bunch of job. If they can do Grand Lucayan, that's a bunch of job. They can do the airport, that's a bunch of job. Construction, when you see construction start, that means something building. The
Right.
FNM can have it rough. I don't know how. If all these jobs happening in Grand Bahama, I don't know how they can do it. But maybe you see something I see. What say ye?
Well, you talk about Grand Bahama or the whole Bahamas? No.
Grand
Yes.
Bahama.
All right. So yeah, Grand Bahama, y'all might go yellow this. 'Cause,
Yeah, I see
I
them
mean,
going good.
I call a spade because, like I said, if they succeed in 30% of what they doing or say they doing now, so these things, and like I said, I've been hearing about people getting hired. I've been hearing, jobs. So it ain't now all these just these pretty pictures now. People, they putting people to work, like you said, and people, that's the main thing what people want. You saw inside here, Grand is going home, right?
Oh yeah.
And so those are the type of things. And when you look back at the history, like you said, they now doing something what we was starting to wonder if it could even be done, because it's just been so long. We've seen successive governments come in and do jack, right? And so if you finally get someone in who moving the needle in the right direction, why tamper with that?
Yep.
And you already see the people who they got, who the same people who was there before, like trying to come back. But we just fire off them doing that. And they said, look, they're getting some stuff done.
Yep.
I know what it is, but yeah, I don't know if I want to change that. And so can they win? Yes, because things can change quickly overnight. If something happened, like ain't gonna like say the PLP will mess up, but so far they've been, you know, they've been keeping. This has actually been a good version of the PLP in
Yep.
comparison. Some yet they walk in, they got some smoking guns now, but
That's the PLP.
yeah, but I don't know. They do some good. Like these stories come out and they look like they just gone in the sea of their best. Like they ain't just moving slow. Right? So they got a good little cleanup team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they doing their homework, right? Like I think the PLP respect power more, right? They wanted more, and they want to lose. They don't want to lose it. Like, yeah, they're not careless with it because they know what it is to be in opposition.
Yep.
PLP was a power when Pinley was there. They what a 25-year run, so they're used to being the government of the day, and I don't think things, especially with things coming on stream. But you know they ain't trying to lose power right now.
No, sir. No, sir.
So can the FNM win? Yeah, it's a possibility, but like you said, it ain't looking good. And if you're being fair, what is it? What alternatively are you offering? What are the new plans? I haven't even heard some lies from them. Good to say, yeah, this would you know. It's one thing to say the PLP ain't hitting the mark, ain't hitting all the right chords and whatnot, but what what's your plan? Where your
Yeah.
manifesto? Like you say, who your candidates are? Because right now, I ain't trading. That's the devil I know. They doing a little something. Ain't all where we wanted to be, but boy, we coming out of we we pick up some headway. We got
Mhm.
something to be a little hopeful for. And like again, it's all about leadership, eh? And Bray, I mean, Pindar just isn't seeming he hasn't um, captured, I think, the hearts, the closeness of a lot of Bahamians. He hasn't done it yet, and the way they're looking, I don't think people may say. I always say you can say what you want about Brave. Brave is a nice guy. Brave is a fella. Brave. You can go sit down, have lunch with. Ain't quite Penland or whatever, right? But Brave is an easy go fella. You see Brave go he on the dance floor, the first fella out there, he marching the road genuinely. He crying out. So Bahamians like that. Bahamians like that type of easy talk to, easy go lucky. He's more of a wheeler and dealer, same like type of fella. He keep his keep himself a little clean, keep far back enough from the smoke. He could change couple of shuffle some people on his deck.
Couple.
Yeah, yeah. he got some people he needs to to probably move out or try. Right. I don't know if he's gonna do that, but for the most part, if you're looking at Brave Chester against who is it? Crazy. I mean, not crazy. Um, Pendard is Pendard and Shenandoah.
Yeah.
Who's the yeah,
Shenandoah.
yeah. So yeah, and the deputy on this case, like you say, a lot of people probably think should be the leader. So uh, I don't know if they give Bahamian people enough comfort at leadership, that duo together, because like you said, I don't know if they're good even individually they ain't that great. Together they ain't that great. And you know, I had to say it, but one thing Brave always had was experience because we've been around. I've been on the Penland. So he came to that lineage. He's an Nassau boy. He's Cat Island. He checked off a lot of those boxes. He had experience in all areas of government. He's a lawyer, right? And then Chester just a Chester. People say him like okay, just could balance a book look like he ain't great, but I mean, yeah, you ain't know what it is, but he ain't really crazy about it. But
It's lack of competition. That's all
yeah,
it is.
yeah,
It's lack of.
yeah. That's
If
what
I
it
look
is.
to the left, if I look to the right, I just ain't see nobody better. Ain't that he's
No,
the best thing ever, but this
why
all.
move? Yeah, why move? I don't trust
Yeah,
y'all. Like you
yeah.
say, you fighting with minutes. You got half the base out. Like I don't know. Ingram still. We thought Ingram was gone. Ingram still now look like he got to come back to
George, I was looking at. Let's run Ingram again, because every time Ingram picked minutes to come back, then he back Pintard, so Pintard win. Hey,
yeah.
why we going for second rate when we got him right there?
He
Ingram
look
might
like
come back.
that look like the only thing with sense. Like the
Thank you. He might as well
like
come back and let's get this over with because these jokers would unless they go out of the FNM go find somebody,
yeah,
ain't nothing happening, George.
yeah. That,
I see it.
that's assignment too big for them, and it must be. And again, Doctor Sands too high up there, and
Ain't
people
nobody
still ain't
like it.
they ain't feeling it from the last time minutes firing
No,
from this.
from no time. You remember now when he first come, he lose Elizabeth when he first come, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So they
I
never like him.
yeah, we and it ain't bad enough for us to feel all. Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't see it. I don't see it,
Exactly.
and it's sad, but it is what it is. Like, um,
So we come to the conclusion FNM, no votes. FNM, no votes.
Oh, that's the next thing we forgot to talk about, because the COI, I think is gonna affect the FNM
Yes,
way harder this time.
yes,
I PLP is all the way. They ain't deviating much, right? Like, especially like I said, they in government, so ain't no need to shift. Why going vote for another? We in government now. Why gonna vote against the government to vote for some a new? That don't make sense, right? So, but if you're looking at the FNM, who, like you say, we ain't crazy, but them, and you got another party who at least making noise and doing something, they can lose plenty votes, I
yeah.
think, to
Especially watching that Central Grand Bahama. See, everybody want to run there because they think that's a sure FNM seat. But if you got Iram there, I mean, you like Iram can win it, but he's a spoiler. He
yep,
there to spoil some things. So therefore, FNM takes some, Iram takes some, the PLP can take the rest.
yep.
So
And
that
they
could be
need a
a tight
decent
little race.
candidate. They need to put one decent candidate there, and I think the PLP could grab that.
So I look at it as, hey, the FNM cannot allow the COI to be a spoiler for them. Because if they allow them to,
I mean,
they
but
could, they,
Carlos, like I say, even without them, because we just remember them, right? But even without them, they're in trouble. But I
yeah,
think with them, they're in more trouble.
yeah. And the PLP can sneak in them. See him? Seats will be taught. PLP
Yeah,
might have lose. They might hold on to them by a thread, by a little bit, but
yeah,
they can still hold on to them.
yeah,
Might have plenty election court next in the election. But so our conclusion is no. FNM ain't gonna win.
yep. And again, if people think the PLP will win a government, like you said, if they thinking like we think that the FNM will win again, the PLP will win again. Even the FNMs now, is it in your better interest to put a PLP candidate there?
Yeah,
So, like you said, they could lose some of the seats they have easily because, hey, these dudes look at getting something done. We, we can't keep these jokers who.
yeah. I agree. Anyway, let's do our bongia today. Okay, I don't have a bongia today, but what I want to do is I want to show some respect. And this can be a hard election coming up because Rodney Monker, the great Rodney Monker, the woman's damn leader, the man's damn leader, passed away. And the Hereford part, me and Tasman was talking, say, hold on. Rodney gone, Darrell gone. Who can call these elections? I need some excitement for these elections when they come in. I ain't nobody here to call these elections. Rodney gone? No, man. This a rough one, Judge.
Rough, yeah.
This can be a rough one. But I just want to do a quick little tribute to Rodney and thank him for the work he has done. He has changed the media in the Bahamas forever. Rodney Monker, rest in peace.
Let me smell your bread. Ah, bread smell good.
You really love bread?
I love that bread.
Are you a bread eating man?
Oh man, I'll eat that bread all day.
This is powerful.
Yeah.
You can't rate me.
But suppose the husband tell his wife, listen, man,
He's playing with her.
I am tired.
He's
you
playing.
Know, you know, I am a
He's playing.
Give me a second, man. I'm trying to draw a
Go
scenario.
ahead, talk, but he's playing.
I'm a contractor. I laid 800 blocks today. Honey, honestly.
How much blocks?
800.
Any man who could lay 800 blocks could lay a live at a pipe.
Put in this strong bark.
The strong bark?
I'm sure that's what it is. But the things that they package are strong bark.
I'm 64.
You know what strong bark is?
Them things too oily for me.
No.
Give strong bark to the spiritual advisor because he's still in the world.
Okay, the second thing this could be is stiff cock. You know what that is?
Stiff cock?
Yeah.
I've not seen that in years.
My mother's 84, right? And if the police comes to the house and I'm there and something is wrong, I won't let my mother be arrested.
Even though you don't live there?
No.
You don't live with your ma.
No.
And the police find a gun in the house.
I can tell the police that's mine, man.
You going to jail?
Because my mother's 84.
Well, my ma better don't try that on me.
I can tell the police that's mine,
I'm prepared to tell the commissioner of police it wasn't my gun.
Boy, no, boy. My mother 84. Nah, I
Mama has a gun, she going to jail for assault.
I can't let that happen.
And if mama is selling dope.
Well, I said because I know.
Because I don't smoke dope.
Hey? I said because I know.
Mama will have to go to jail for her own dope. And I do love mama. But I ain't going to jail for mama.
I love your mother.
You think I crazy to be living a decent life and I can let my mouth cause me to go to jail? Hell no!
You ain't gonna take one for the team?
No, sir. No. Hello?
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine.
Great.
Is Mr. Rodney Monka being baptized?
Have you ever been baptized?
My spiritual advisor, you and that Negro will not discuss me. Do well, sir. Go and sin no more.
That's the late Rodney Monka. May your soul rest in peace. And that's our show for the day. I would like to thank everyone for watching. Please subscribe to the show. That'll keep us going. We have shows every other day from Monday to Thursday. Monday, we have Sword Sharpeners, our religious show at 6 p.m. Monday. Tuesday, we have our show at 6 p.m. Let's Talk. And then we are followed by What's Going On at 8 p.m. Wednesday, we have our sports podcast, Off the Bench. And on Thursday, 6 p.m., we have Islandish. I want y'all to please, let's watch, let's subscribe. Don't forget to push that like button. And I think that's it. I want y'all to come back same time next week where me and George can tell you what's going on. Good night.